Hello viewers, this is the Censors team from Sangzilbegurumilda. We'll now brief you on Day 3 of the ongoing Israel-Iran war. The Israeli military launched a major airstrike on nuclear facilities, intelligence agencies, and military bases in Tehran. The Israeli military targeted the headquarters of the Iranian Defense Innovation Organization, a key player in Iran's nuclear weapons research program since 2003. Mansour Asghari, the head of the Iranian Defense Innovation Organization, was killed. The Israeli military attacked the Iranian Army Logistics Department, a higher-level division of the Iranian Defense Innovation Organization, in a deadly attack. They also attacked the Nuclear Weapons Developers, Research Institute, Chemical Weapons R&D Facility, and Centrifuge Production Site, demonstrating a broad strike on nuclear facilities. Israel has continued airstrikes on key Iranian government institutions, including the Ministry of Justice, Naval Headquarters, Intelligence Department, and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, hindering the government's ability to function properly. Israel's Mossad has deployed numerous agents in Tehran to conduct sabotage and other operations aimed at creating chaos within Iran. They have used trucks loaded with suicide drones to attack key government institutions and military bases in Iran. They have also destroyed water pipelines, disrupting social infrastructure and continuously causing chaos. The reason the Israeli military was able to succeed to this extent is because, as soon as the war began, they effectively neutralized the leadership and air defense networks. Since attacks were happening in Tehran, even in broad daylight, we could see citizens trying to flee the city. Also, the Israeli military focused their attacks on the Fordo fuel enrichment plant. What if they hadn't neutralized the Fordo fuel enrichment plant? It is highly likely that Israel would have faced a major security threat. Reportedly, prior to Israel's airstrike, the Fordo fuel enrichment plant could produce enough material for 9 nuclear weapons. In fact, considering that Israel carried out an airstrike on Iran, we can infer that Iran was very close to completing its nuclear armament. Because of this, it seems that the Israeli military focused its attacks on the main nuclear facility, the Fordo fuel enrichment plant, to prevent Iran from becoming nuclear armed. However, airstrikes alone are unlikely to completely stop Iran's nuclear development. To completely halt Iran's nuclear program, Iran would need to voluntarily abandon it or face military intervention. Neither option seems feasible currently, creating a challenging situation for Israel. That's why they are continuously attacking government institutions, mainly trying to induce the collapse of the Iranian government. The Israeli military has attacked military factories, including the electronics industrial complex in Shiraz. This industrial complex produced electronic equipment for Iran's military. They used to produce radars, naval electronic equipment, avionics, and control systems. The Israeli military launched a major airstrike on a site in the United States that was sizable enough to be sanctioned. And at the same time, they also attacked factories nearby that produced ballistic missiles and drones, showing that they were carrying out strikes on military factories as well. The Israeli military also persisted in attacking infrastructure facilities. There is an oil storage facility in the northwest of Tehran. This oil storage facility has 11 storage tanks, and these 11 tanks alone hold only 3 days worth of fuel. But they attacked that oil storage facility. The Shari Ray refinery, located in southern Tehran, is the largest refinery in Iran. But attacks on this place have continued as well, further provoking an energy crisis within Iran. The United States-based Institute for the Study of War assessed that strikes on these Iranian energy facilities will probably cause power shortages and outages. Considering past protests against energy shortages that fueled anti-government sentiment, it seems Israel's ultimate goal could be to destabilize and overthrow the Iranian government. Iran has carried out 2 ballistic missile attacks targeting Israel. Iran fired a total of 80 ballistic missiles, but it seems that Iran's ballistic missile attacks have decreased quite a bit. On the first day of the attack, they fired about 200 missiles, but now they've only fired 80s. They targeted Haifa in northern Israel in the first attack, and Tel Aviv in central Israel in the second attack. Iran also launched dozens of drones in addition to the ballistic missile attack. Iran's strategy is to launch a large number of ballistic missiles, while Israel's air defense systems are focused on the drones, so that the ballistic missiles can hit their targets effectively. This strategy has shown some results. A ballistic missile struck Bat Yam south of Tel Aviv, killing 4 Israeli civilians and wounding over 100 others. In the Haifa area, missiles hit a refinery and port, causing major damage. Israel's challenge with these attacks is that their interceptor missiles are limited. That's why Israel also came up with a strategy to only launch interceptor missiles at ballistic missiles targeting major facilities. And Israel is continuously damaging and destroying Iran's missile launchers to prevent these ballistic missile launches. Especially now, since Israel has air superiority over western Iran, they are searching for and eliminating missile launchers in the western region of Iran. They are also constantly attacking missile storage sites. Missile bases and related personnel continue to be targeted by airstrikes, weakening missile capabilities daily. The New York Times reported that Iran initially intended to fire 1,000 ballistic missiles at Israel. However, due to Israeli attacks, they only managed to launch 200 on the first day and just 80 on June 15th. This shows that Iran's missile capabilities are weakening more and more as time goes by. Pro-Iranian militias and forces are incapable of effectively attacking Israel. Except for the Houthi rebels, they can't do anything right now. It ended with just firing a few rockets. From Israel's viewpoint, the Houthi rebels are a somewhat troublesome enemy, having conducted at least 3 drone and missile attacks. They launched ballistic missiles at Ben Gurion International Airport and continued attacking the Israeli military with 3 drones. Iran and Houthi rebels sometimes launched missiles simultaneously. However, the damage to Israel was not as severe compared to Iran. This concludes the Day 3 transition summary briefing. Thank you.